pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing is the consent agenda approval of May 23rd, 2022 meeting minutes, approval of June 9th, 2022 special meeting minutes, approval payment to Western Consultant for 2022 sanitary sewer improvement, CDBG grant 27 BF 020 in amount of 5,000. Approval payment to Moore Public Library for county distribution amount of 43,573.31. Approval of May 22 accounts payable report. Approval of municipal judge's report for May 2022. Approval utility account refunds in the amount of $302.74. Is there a motion we approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second.
Motion been made and second, approve the consent agenda. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Next thing, the regular agenda. We got a format tonight. We've got a 3-minute deadline on speakers that comes before the floor. And if any other commissioner wants to give them extra time, they'll have an option, but the 3 minutes stands as of right now, so we'll go in. Hiawatha Chamber of Commerce.
The Hiawatha Chamber and Visitors Bureau, along with Rainbow and the Hiawatha Creamery, are sponsoring a 5K run on July 2nd. And it's in the morning, early in the morning, since it'll probably be hot like it is today. And we're here to ask if we could have some barricades down on 9th, between 9th Oregon and Miami on 9th Street. That's where our race will start. And I've given him a map of the race, and at every corner we'll have volunteers to direct the runners where they're to go. And we're doing a fun run along with it that will be around the courthouse square. So all I need to know tonight is if we can block off those streets for that morning. It's going to, registration's at 7:30 a.m. The run starts at 8. And so by 9 o'clock, it will be over.
Have you run that by Mickey?
Yeah, tonight.
You agree to that? Yes. Your motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the request made by Hiawatha Chamber and Visitors Bureau as far as the barricades and such for the 5K run.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any other comments?
No, I have already posted on the cross-country page, see if we can get some runners in there.
Yeah,
So,
it ends at the creamery, and you get ice cream cone is included in your
yeah,
your 8 o'clock in the morning ice cream.
The creamery gave free ice cream to the kids who qualify for state track. So
Oh, yeah.
I just think they support the community. I think it's fair that we support them back.
Yeah.
So
No, motion been made and seconded. No other comments, we'll vote.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
I also have a check for the city, for the chamber's portion of the fireworks.
Had it on that there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next one on the agenda, Richard. You got a speaker to Davidson Group.
Yeah. This one.
Okay, at your last meeting, you voted to demolish the house. The meeting before that, you told us to come with a plan, not with permits, not with anything else. I have the money in my account, ready and waiting to order replacement siding pieces for the house, to paint the house. I just need an okay to do it. I'm not gonna do it if you're gonna still tear us down. And do we need a permit to do that, to replace the parts and to paint?
Well, I think the commissioners, at the last meeting, which I didn't attend, but which is fine either, but I think they made the decision to destroy the house. Unless you change your mind. How about you, Brian?
I've never agreed with it anyways, but I'm only one person.
What you got, Dave?
Well, we've given you a lot of time to get this started and get it done, and there's been nothing to speak of done to date. So I'm staying where I'm at.
That's what the gripe was to begin with.
Yeah.
We're trying. I mean, I can only pull so much money out of an account. I only make so much money. I've got the money sitting in my account waiting. I just got to click a button that says order it.
And that's what I mentioned last time, is I'm afraid that you're gonna put what money you have into it and not be able to get everything done that has to be done.
We'll get it done. It may take me a few months simply because I got to do it out so much out of every paycheck.
And what do we need to do? Never have it right there.
So, I mean, I've got the stuff for the siding. We can get the paint. That's not going to be a big deal. Yeah, we got most of the paint already. I just need an okay that you're not going to tear it down while in the process.
Well, I think the consensus with the commission is that we've been working with you for quite a while, and they're slow progress. I mean, it's been really slow.
But it's been progress.
Well, I guess if you've done a major bunch of progress, I guess I haven't seen it. Maybe I missed something, but so I guess I think at the last meeting they made a decision, and it don't look like they changed their mind. So I think you're putting good money after bad. So good.
So how long do we have?
Well, next process will probably go into an eviction situation, and that'll be set up by Andy, I imagine. And I assume it probably, you want to make a statement, Andy?
Who pays for the asbestos inspection?
So the list will be added to the houses on the demolition list so far. This is summer. I can't tell you, it's not going to be next week. I know that for sure. There's a number of houses on that list already that we got to work our way through. This is the time of year where Nick and his crew have other things they can get done while the weather's good. So, I mean, when the opportunity presents itself, but you'll be notified well in advance before we do anything like that. At least 30 days in advance. So.
All right.
So you're going to make us homeless and you're okay with that? Must be nice to have them right name this town.
Okay, next on the agenda, Richard Tessenarrow, I guess. I must have misread that.
The last meeting I attended about a month and a half ago, I had a list of questions regarding the citywide improvement project. At the meeting, you guys stated that you couldn't answer those questions. The attorney wasn't present, and that there was an ongoing legal action, I'm assuming, with the contractor. So at the meeting, I stated that I would bring a list of questions and give them to you. So that was the purpose of tonight, was just basically handing over the list of questions to you. I'm not expecting them to be answered tonight. While I was here, I was just going to go over a few other things. Last week on 5th Street, one of the residents of Hiawatha had to put a sewer line in. And so they had to remove the new street that was put in less than 2 years ago. When they removed that street, it revealed the same workmanship as when they removed the piece of concrete up on Miami and 7th Street last summer. It revealed that the rebar is laying either on the ground or barely embedded into the concrete. I know that the city was notified, and I believe Commissioner Middendorf came out and looked at it. At least that's what I was told, and I appreciate you getting out there and looking at it.
This again,
This was on Fifth Street where the new sewer line was going in, just across
Yeah,
from
right by
the,
library up there.
right by the
I
library.
went, I've looked at it several times, so,
Okay,
because it's close to my house.
okay.
So,
So we have the same situation. This is the third time that the contractor has pulled out new concrete that we're paying for, part of the $4 million project. And it revealed exactly what we were saying 2 years ago to the city, is that the contractor wasn't putting the chairs in as specified per the plans. They were not embedding the rebar per the specifications. And so my question tonight for the commission is, what are we going to do about it? Specs are very clear. Very
well,
clear.
actually, Richard, we're working on it, but
Okay.
it takes two people. We're working on one end and we gotta get the contractor so we can work out some negotiations, and we haven't done it yet. And Andy you might ask Andy or what. I don't know anything else to say.
No problem.
So I know you've addressed the commission before. There was a list of concerns we had a year ago or more ongoing through the project. I know the commission met on a number of occasions to discuss the concerns. We have concerns about the project that have been relayed to AHRS. I can tell you we're attempting to close out this situation in a manner that's favorable to the city. I can't give you any details just because I don't think kind of announcing our legal strategy on YouTube is probably the best way to handle it. I can tell you that we do have concerns. I think if everyone was thrilled to death with the project, this project would be closed and done and over with. It's not. And I think that would tell you where the city commission lies as far as getting this matter closed. I am aware of the Fifth Street problem. So all I can tell you, Richard, is that we're in the middle of trying to close out this project in a way that's going to be most favorable to the city. It's not closed out yet.
You got 30 seconds more. I think.
Okay.
Andy, run your
30
time out.
seconds. So let me, in 30 seconds. Commissioner Schamberg, at the last meeting, you said to me, when you get done being the director and you get done being a coach, that maybe you would have time to drive the streets. Those were your words, not mine. That is verbatim.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
When you threw the comment out to the mayor that we see you out there and we appreciate it, Commissioner Schamberg, I never see you out there. That was a little bit of an attack, Richard, and I didn't appreciate that.
It was.
So, hey, I've been driving by your house, wave every time I go by.
Okay.
But
Well,
once again, I am not the sole person in charge of streets. You understand that, don't you?
I
That's the
understand.
title I have, but every single person on this commission has the same authority, the same information that I am.
Okay.
So
On May
to
29th,
attack, let me finish. To attack me was not necessary. And so, yeah, I finally bit back a little bit.
okay, well, I'm sorry you view it as an attack. It's
Well, it was.
simply stating the facts. On May 29th of 2020, I phoned you. They were pouring the concrete on Fifth Street.
Right.
That was the first time we ever spoke. I tried to get you, if you remember the conversation, I tried to get you to come
Actually,
out.
I
to the-
don't, but that's
Okay,
okay.
well, I'll remind you. I tried to get you to come out and look at the project. You, for whatever reason, couldn't do that. The project went on for another 2 years. And we kept saying, would somebody from the city come out and see what's going on? And it was crickets. And now we're left with what we're left with. Now the city attorney has to try to fix it after the fact.
And so you're going to lay that on my shoulders.
I'm laying it on the city. but
Okay,
You
so
are the
then
street,
let's, so
you are
then
the
let's
street
stop.
commission. No, let me talk now.
Okay,
You are
but
the
your time is about up.
Okay, that's, if you don't want to hear me talk, then I'll leave.
No, I really don't.
Does another commissioner want to give me 30 seconds?
I'll give you 30 more seconds.
Okay. Don't view it as a personal attack. In the private world, this happens all the time. You are the street commissioner. I tried to get you involved. You would not get involved. So of course, I'm going to say I'm disappointed, very disappointed.
Okay.
It's $4 million that you're spending of our money.
That we are spending
Right.
with the
But
money,
you as the
not
street
just
commissioner
me.
could have come out one time and viewed the project, one time, and stopped the contractor and said, hey, I just need it done per spec.
Richard.
That's all you had to do.
Richard, you think I have the knowledge to be able to
No,
go to it? So then
no,
why are
but-
you
but
asking me to do that?
Because you're a commissioner and you should refer to somebody who does have the knowledge, and there's contractors all over. All you had to do is get involved. That's all we were asking. And I told you on that phone conversation, I understand construction is not your forte. That's totally acceptable, totally acceptable. But as a commissioner, you need to find somebody that does have the knowledge. And I told you that on the phone. I said,
I
just go
understand.
talk to a contractor.
And I'm sorry, you finish,
No.
and then your time will be up.
Okay, well, that's basically it. If you would have taken an interest 2 years ago, we would be in a much better place right now. Going forward, I hope people take an interest. That's all I'm saying.
And once again,
Good.
I'm not the only one in charge of the streets, so I will not take that on my shoulders. And we have been working on it. Whether you know everything or not, doesn't mean anything. Okay, so
Well, time's up, Richard.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next thing on the agenda, the new business, consider approval of chief of police's employment contract. Has everybody had time to study it? I'd entertain one.
no, he coughed.
Oh. Jumpy here.
He's not changing his mind, is he? I will make a motion to approve the chief of police employment contract for Mickey Gruber.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Next thing, consider approval of the city clerk's employment contract. Is there a motion we approve the city clerk's contract?
I'll make a motion to approve the city clerk employment contract for Lynette Rear.
Second,
Second,
motion been made and seconded. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
aye.
All
Aye.
opposed?
Motion carried. Next thing, consider dates for Independence Day fireworks at City Lake. I got a sheet here in front of me. They want to schedule the dates from 10 PM on Thursday and midnight, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Is that it? Okay with the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve the dates for Independence Day fireworks at the City Lake as presented by the mayor.
For a second,
I'll second it.
motion been made and seconded. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Next thing, consider approval of summer band contract. Yes,
All I know is my daughter's pretty excited about that. That we're gonna have city jazz again this summer. So I will make the motion to approve the summer band contract for 2022.
for a second,
Second.
motion been made and seconded. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Next thing, consider appointment of Matt Sprick to the tree board to fill the remaining term of Pete Rose. Is there a motion? I'd make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointment of Matt Sprick to the tree board to fulfill an unexpired term until December 31st of 2023.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded. Any other comments? No other comments, will vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Consider approval bid for the lagoon evaporation equipment for the water treatment plant. Brad,
Yes, so we had gone out for a request for proposal. We got those back on June 3rd, and we had two of them. One was from Resource West Incorporated for $54,825. The other one was from E3 Solutions. It was for $68,500. I had the engineer go over the specs for each because I wanted to look at what would be best long-term for the city of Hiawatha as far as the evaporation went. And in talking with our engineer, we agreed that the Resource West evaporator would be the best for the city of Hiawatha long-term. It also is a lower priced one, so you know, but that wasn't necessarily the only driving factor. We wanted what was best as well. What we thought would do the job the right way. In talking with them, all this is going to, we had to do this so we could get our plans together for KDHE, and so we could get everything submitted for approval from them. And so I would ask tonight that if you would want to award the bid to Resources West Incorporated for a pit boss evaporator as presented in their proposal for a cost of $54,825 contingent on KDHE approval. Is there any questions?
No, it looks like we went through all the sheets, which is quite a few. It looks like it's, I guess it's kind of the statistics on this, I guess, is these perfect numbers or just assumption that evaporation is going to be $1 million plus.
These numbers they base these numbers off of what the closest weather station that they can find as far as our humidity, average temperature, things like that. So the numbers should be pretty good. They may not be exactly what we'll see on site. They should be very close.
Hopefully better.
What's that?
I said hopefully better.
Hopefully better, yes. It's quite a range. I mean, I think on that one, it was a 500,000 gallon per year range on that. So even at the low end, we still should be above what we needed to enhance our evaporation.
Well, it sounded like you got some, you got the funding all lined up to pay for it.
We
so.
do. We had money left over in the water treatment plant fund from when the water treatment plant was built. And that would cover the equipment cost. And it should also help with some of the electrician cost, because we'll have to hire an electrician to run the power out there. And we'll have some engineering costs as well as with this. So.
Well, I'd entertain a motion to go ahead with the project, and if anybody want to make a motion, we approve the low bid.
I'll make a motion to approve the bid proposal for the lagoon evaporation equipment for the water treatment plant from Resources West in the amount of $54,825 contingent upon KDHE approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Brad. Next thing on the agenda, executive session for non-elected personnel matters, and for 5 minutes.
I'll make a motion that the city commission recess into executive session in the conference room for a period of 5 minutes to discuss matters regarding an issue of potential city personnel. The justification for closing the meeting is to discuss personnel matters for non-elected personnel. The open meeting will resume at 6:04 in the commission chambers, and to include the city commission, attorney, and interim administrator.
Second.
Motion been made and second. No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
We can't come back in yet till 6:04.
Uncharacteristically, I was
I know,
fast.
you were fast. Brevity. Learn brevity. I will make a motion that at 6:04, the city commission is called back into an open meeting. The commission took no binding action during executive session.
Second,
I'll second it.
motion been made and seconded. Any other comments? We'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Brad, do you have anything? Okay. Dave? Just get the right Dave here.
Yeah, I just want to catch you up real quick on our projects that are going on. We started the UV bulb project at the middle of last week. We started disassembling, rewiring and putting things together. We opened up the coffin. There was three sleeves and 4 bulbs. And our parts weren't in it. The guy that's here called, we got some information that whoever the service guy up there was that boxed it all, took it all out, sent it to somebody else. And then sent us a partially empty box, but that's okay. We're still making progress. The guy that's working here, he had to leave for a few days, but we're going to resume tomorrow. Okay, out here at the Layton's lift station, that pump, everything's here. The parts are completely arrived. We're going to start that. We're looking at possibly as early as the 20th. If not, I'm sorry, the 27th. And then if it won't be that week, then it for sure will be the week after. So we'll be glad to get that one in and get it running. The third project is still the generator. We're still about 300 days out on that thing arriving. So hopefully it'll get an early reprieve and head this way. On the 20th, we have a new employee that's going to start. We're very excited to get him here. He comes with a fantastic background and hands-on kind of a guy and very mechanical and seemed to be real attentive. And we're excited to have him coming. So,
Good deal.
okay. Any questions about the wastewater treatment facility?
No, I think
Okay, thank you.
bet.
Thanks.
Nick? Stacy? Dave Wilson?
Just very quickly, there's one location, the 211 North 5th Street continues to be a very avid source of complaints due to some of the safety natures. There's a tree, a derelict tree or dead tree that is on the north side of the property that is in immediate danger of falling. The yard is, I've got 31 additional photographs just to help support the documents that I have. And the yard is in such a state issue, even a person can't physically walk through it
Well,
because of the depth.
I got pictures of it on my camera, so I've been there.
Well, there's other than it appears the people I've visited with are the source of the complaints that a resident may still be living there, and there is no water, there is no gas service, there appears to be electricity there, so it is probably not healthful for that person to be living there, and there may be animals there as well. It doesn't appear that there's trash service there, so.
Well, isn't it on the list to be?
Yeah, yes, it is. So I just wanted to reaffirm those things. Any questions?
Are we able to go in and take that branch down at least? It's on the other side of the curb.
Well, I can't speak for the people. The tree can be pushed over. The safety of doing that, it probably should be done by a professional. It is a street tree and it ought to be done by a professional arborist. And I'm not sure that we have negotiated any contracts for that type of work to be done, but that's a possibility.
Well, then you're getting on private property then too, that tree. So I don't know. It's I thought I don't know if you talked about somebody's interested in buying it.
Oh, I'm sure somebody is. Yeah.
I guess I thought we had that moved up to the top of the list. It's not.
Well, it's there is a list of no particular order.
Oh, I
And,
see. All right.
there may be properties that need to be destroyed. One thing about the, even if someone else were to be an owner of that property, it still doesn't do away with the Article 5 minimum housing conditions that are there as a result of that. So it would need some kind of immediate.
Well, you got weeds over there about 2 foot tall, don't you?
The weeds? Oh, they're more like 5 to 6 foot tall.
Well,
So is there a process that we have to move ahead to evict the person? Because
Well, that's an answer for Andy, probably. There's some issues with notice of some of the things that occurred there.
So, yeah, I don't know that we think about this as like an eviction process everybody's kind of familiar with. We don't own the house. The house isn't up to code. It's on our list of
right.
things to address. Dave and I have been talking. We're kind of trying to resource some other people to get in touch with the homeowner. Has been largely non-communicative with the city as far as resolving some of those matters. So I would think we'd make some progress in the next week or so, but we'll get into the trees and things like that we can address now. So I know Dave's got a stack of information we can get to work on, but we can't really evict them from the house. Either the house is going to meet spec or the minimum housing code, or it hasn't. We've already determined that it hasn't. We've just given them, the homeowner, an extension to bring it back into compliance. It's not. So
there's nobody supposed to be living there anyway.
it's illegal to live in a house without water in the city. Yes, but there's a situation where we balance. I mean, whether the homeowner is assessing them fine and court costs, things of that nature, I don't know is going to remedy the situation. I certainly don't think incarcerating someone right now for violating the city ordinance for not having water in their home is appropriate. If we may get to that point, we're going to try all the other options before we do, for sure. So,
Well, I guess they come in there. But
I imagine commissioners will be hearing some complaints from neighbors and residents. We are working on it. Something.
well, they've been complaining for quite some time.
Yeah. And it's a slow process. I get that, but it's a lot to be neighbors to that house. And Brian, if you say there's somebody who's out there who wants to buy it, then I hope they step up soon.
It's got to be for sale first.
Well, she also gives some Titanic group and turn the title over to them. I guess we'll see how that works, I guess. But again, I haven't talked to her lately either. So I guess enough said on that issue. So Chad Hill. Oh, Caleb. Okay. Mickey. Okay. Lynette.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for at least having faith in me to try to do this job. I'm learning a lot. We are taking applications right now for the assistant city clerk. We have a few in. I hope to do interviews in the next 10 days, I hope. Also, we're out for bids for copiers, scanners for both the police department and city hall. The police department's 3-year lease is up next month. And City Halls is up at the end of the year. So we thought we'd just collaborate and just go out to bid and do them all together.
Good idea.
That's all I have.
Andy?
On the dais tonight, you'll have a copy of an easement that's been granted to the city. That was part of the agreement that we had to annex property in on the East Iowa Street. What that is an easement 15 feet wide that goes along the existing easement. Eventually, we'll need to probably replace that water line. So this isn't a better easement. If anyone has objection to it or questions, let me know. Otherwise, I would ask the commission to consider a motion to accept the easement as presented and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign that.
I thought we already approved it.
We already approved the annexation. This easement is something the city gets in return, and it's part of the agreement. We just got it in signed, so we just need to get that filed.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the grant of water line easement as presented for the easement along Iowa Street, East Iowa Street.
Second.
That's sufficient, Andy.
And authorize mayor and
And
clerk to sign.
authorize the mayor to sign.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any other comments? No other comments, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
The second and last thing I had tonight was there was another property on the minimum housing code list at 111 Navajo Street. There had been an extension granted by the commission. I think there was a plan to either fill that in or cut it down and fill it in. That has not come to fruition. It's the 30-day period has expired. As I stated earlier, if there's going to be a demolition of this property, it's probably going to come not anytime soon unless we get loads and loads of rain and Nick can't work on streets. So I don't know if the commission has a particular desire one way or the other. Honestly, it's probably going to be the fall before we get around to it. So I can keep in touch with the homeowner and see what develops before the commission makes a decision if you'd like.
Sounds good. Thank you, Andy. Larry?
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Lynette gave me a piece of paper today that said our second ARPA fund deposit has been made. I got the numbers in the conference room over there's around $250,000. So it's pretty close to what the first one was. And then secondly, we've sent off an agreement with Vance Brothers to put ourselves on the schedule for redoing Oregon. And I think, Nick, wasn't that from First all the way to the railroad tracks? Okay. So when we find out what that schedule is, we'll let you know.
July 1st to the 29th, what their projected dates are.
Okay. July 1st.
Project exemption certificate today, that's their dates.
Good, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I have nothing. Becky?
Nothing for me.
Dave?
I don't have anything.
Brian?
Nope.
Evans?
I don't.
Your motion we adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. We adjourn. Roll call.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
We're going right into a work session now. I guess there's some people here